Talk to me about this Floyd Mayweather. We gonna get this fight?
If he want it.
If he want it, what's your final message to Floyd?
You already know.
You know, you ready?
Yeah, I'm going that way.
That's it.
Ain't nothing no ever change.
You can knock him out. Your prime versus his prime, you were way better, right?
You gotta ask. And you fought the wrong fight because you're not too young. Right. You just your people and you should be blamed for that because y'all fought the total wrong fight. You got a 16-pound weight advantage. Why are you boxing?
Where would you mention Floyd? Where would you put him in the rankings? Mayweather. Where would you put him in?
Who?
All right, let me ask you a question.
If you don't respect Muhammad Ali, how can I respect you?
It's a good point.
In a stunning move that's sure to turn heads, boxing legend Manny Pacquiao has added his voice to the ongoing debate between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. Pacquiao didn't mince words when asked to weigh in on the debate. With zero hesitation, he backed Roy Jones Jr., highlighting the explosiveness of Jones in his prime. Pacquiao's assessment was clear. Jones was just too fast, too elusive, and too strong for Mayweather to handle. The Filipino icon went as far as to suggest that Jones could have knocked Mayweather out. It was a bold statement considering Pacquiao himself faced Mayweather in the ring, an experience that has shaped his views. In his mind, Jones, with his uncanny footwork and speed, had all the tools to get the job done. For Pacquiao, there's no debate. Roy Jones Jr. would have had the edge.
So who's the better fighter, Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
The prime Roy Jones?
The prime Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather?
Roy Jones. You know Roy Jones, right?
This comment instantly sparked a flood of reactions from the boxing world. Fans, analysts, and even former fighters weighed in on the implications of Pacquiao's take. But what makes this clash of legends even more intriguing is the public back and forth between Jones and Mayweather over the years, which has only intensified recently. Jones and Mayweather have long been at odds when it comes to who belongs in the top tier of boxing history. The latest salvo in this ongoing rivalry came from Jones himself, who in a podcast made it clear that he didn't view Floyd as the all-time great many consider him to be. According to Jones, Mayweather may have been undefeated, but his career lacked the kind of significant challenges that would have solidified his place in boxing's pantheon.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Can we get a shout out for Team Locked In? You agree with me, Roy Jones? Roy Jones is in his prime. Man, Manny, fast, footwork, strong. You see Roy Jones in his prime? I think so.
Jones took direct aim at Mayweather's resume, arguing that the legendary Floyd had only faced one fighter at his level, Canelo Alvarez. He brushed off many of Mayweather's other opponents, including Miguel Cotto, suggesting they were past their prime when they stepped into the ring with money. But when it came to Pacquiao, Jones wasn't kind. He felt that Mayweather only fought the Filipino superstar after Pacquiao had already been knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, and he wasn't impressed by the timing.
Maybe top 10 in my book, Kevin. Not top 5. 10. He maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him?
Jones went on to criticize the way Mayweather seemingly struggled with aging fighters like Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley, saying they were well past their best years by the time they faced money. He even pointed to how Mayweather avoided potentially dangerous matchups with fighters like Paul Williams and Amir Khan. In Jones's view, Mayweather could have solidified his place as a top-tier all-time great by taking on more of the sport's prime talents.
Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through. No. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level.
Manny Pacquiao.
Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question. That's the only way I said it.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in the boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I agree.
All right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Who else? Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that.
One of the most significant contributors to the ongoing war of words was none other than Andre Ward, a former pound-for-pound king in his own right. Ward's question on his podcast triggered a fresh round of back and forth between Mayweather and Jones. Ward asked Jones who would win in a hypothetical fight between Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard during their respective primes. Roy's answer was as blunt as it gets. Mayweather would not have been able to beat Leonard in his prime.
Besides Canelo.
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who
because
would
I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney. And he fought Shane Mosley at 38 years old, and it still was a good fight while he left. Shane almost took him out at 38. He fought Oscar De La Hoya at an old age, and we still ain't sure, if you go look at the fight, I still ain't sure who won that
That was a
fight.
close fight.
Close fight. But this is the old Oscar De La Hoya.
But it's not.
Wait. This is the old Oscar De La Hoya.
Right.
If you were all-time great, do you suppose Oscar De La Hoya didn't do that when he fought did he fight Chavez? Yeah.
Yeah, he fought
He beat
Chavez.
him. Now Oscar De La Hoya did struggle when he fought Pernell, because I'm not sure he won that fight.
Yeah, I got Pernell on
But
that.
he came back though, and fought bigger fights. He fought everybody he could have fought.
According to Jones, Mayweather's style just wouldn't have been enough to overcome the heart and aggression of Leonard, a fighter he considered far more ruthless than Floyd. Floyd might be good at winning rounds, but Jones was adamant that Leonard had an element that Mayweather never showed.
Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have
son.
beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that.
Despite the sharp criticisms, Mayweather did not stay quiet. Instead of verbally responding, Floyd took to social media, sharing a video showing several of Jones's most brutal knockout defeats, including those suffered at the hands of Antonio Tarver and Glenn Johnson. Floyd's method was calculated and direct. Let the visuals speak for themselves. No words, just a highlight reel of Jones's defeats. But that didn't sit well with Jones, who took to the airwaves to express his displeasure. He called out Mayweather for showing disrespect to someone he regarded as one of the best to ever lace up the gloves. Jones made it clear that he expected more respect from Mayweather, who had made a public mockery of Jones by showing clips of his losses. Jones even went so far as to challenge Floyd, making it known that if Mayweather wanted to settle their differences, he was ready for a fight, inside or outside the ring.
Where would you mentioned Floyd, where would you put him in the rankings? Mayweather, where would you put him in?
Who?
All right, let me ask you a question.
If you don't
Yeah.
if you don't respect Muhammad Ali, how can I respect you?
It's a good point.
Antonio Tarver, a fighter who's had significant history with Roy Jones Jr., also weighed in on the debate. Tarver's perspective is especially interesting because he is one of the few men who was able to beat Jones in his prime, handing him his first major loss. For Tarver, the comparison between Mayweather and Jones isn't even close in terms of career dominance. In an interview, Tarver acknowledged that while Floyd Mayweather's undefeated record is undeniably impressive, there's something about Roy Jones's peak years that puts him ahead in his view. According to Tarver, people looked at Jones and saw an unbeatable fighter, until of course he met Tarver himself.
What do you think about who was a better fighter in their prime, Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather?
Man, you put me on the spot.
No, hey, you fought him.
And you know what? I mean, I have to be honest, bro. You know, I don't know. It's everybody's opinion.
Yeah, primes though, not the
Bro,
later part of the
You
career.
talk about that prime, bro. Stop.
All right.
Cut that out. About prime and not in his prime, bro. It's disrespectful
Okay.
for the man that worked and earned everything that he got.
Yes,
in the game,
yes.
bro. It's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to change the subject, but both were great, amazing fighters, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they had their own era, they had their own time, but everything comes to an end, bro. I mean, it's constantly evolving. So you can see a fighter today that's dominant. It's that young kid in the gym that got his face on that heavy bag. He's coming, bro. He's coming. And you can't tell him about his dreams. You can't tell him what got him up every day at 5:30 in the morning, up before the competition. You feel me? Check in with the source before you just try to diminish what a man accomplished, bro. It's disrespectful to the game. And y'all say y'all love the sport. You're doing the sport a disservice, bro. Tell it like it is, bro. Tell it like it is.
Is Floyd Mayweather the greatest, being that he has 26 world championships? Is he in that conversation, top pound for pound?
I mean, he's always in that conversation because we never seen nobody take it up there like that.
Yeah.
But he was the only guy that they did 24/7 with. They branded him, bro.
However, there's one voice in the boxing world that has consistently echoed praise for Mayweather's unique attributes, and that's UFC commentator Joe Rogan. Rogan, a longtime fan of combat sports, has spoken at length about what sets Mayweather apart from many of the other greats. He's particularly high on Mayweather's ability to avoid being hit. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan made the bold claim that Mayweather was the greatest of all time because, in his view, no one has ever been as difficult to land a clean shot on as Mayweather was.
Floyd Mayweather used to have these crazy workouts and he would crack open a Pepsi. People are like, what the is he doing? Like, he's crazy. But no, he's not. He's smart. That guy did it the right way. Never drank, never was out of shape, would run home from the club at 2 o'clock in the morning in his jeans.
Yeah, he was built different too.
Meanwhile, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson weighed in on the debate, but with a twist. Tyson admitted that a fight between Mayweather and Jones would undoubtedly be a huge spectacle, but he didn't think it was the right matchup for Mayweather at this stage of his career. Instead, Tyson threw out the idea of Mayweather taking on Terrence Crawford, a fighter who is widely regarded as one of the best in boxing today. Tyson's suggestion comes with a dose of reality. While the Mayweather versus Jones fight would be entertaining, Tyson sees Crawford as a much more viable and challenging opponent for Floyd at this point in his career.
Going back and forth, if they were to fight, give me your opinion on who you think would win and why. And would people want to see that fight now?
Well, listen, people are all going to hate on Floyd, so they will want to see the fight. They want to see Floyd get beat. But are they going to fight?
I know they're going back and forth.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they would matter. If he wants to make some money, Floyd want to make some money. If he wants to make some money, he could fight
Your guy Jake Paul.
No, well, him too, but he could fight the one guy, not Manny Pacquiao. Manny won't fight him again. But I'm talking about not Canelo, Crawford.
Oh, Terrence Crawford.
You don't want those problems.
But if you want money, you know,
Mike, what was it like having your...
Adding more fuel to the fire, Jones Jr. himself addressed his personal feelings toward Mayweather. He bluntly stated that he doesn't consider Floyd to be a top 5 boxer of all time, though he conceded that Mayweather was undoubtedly skilled and talented. The issue for Jones was that Mayweather didn't have the same kind of high-caliber opponents that Jones faced during his career. For Jones, Floyd's decision to wait until certain opponents were past their prime diminished the value of his victories.
Two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the
Right, of
field,
course.
which he did. And it served him just what it was supposed to serve him because he played it smart and he did it to a beautiful way. Anyway, he did it because, like he said, he wanted to be Floyd Money Mayweather, and he did that. You feel me?
Of course, the Mayweather versus Jones debate isn't just a back and forth between the fighters themselves. Fans and analysts are endlessly divided on who would win in a head-to-head matchup. Some believe that Floyd's immaculate defensive skills, combined with his tactical brilliance, would have been enough to outpoint Jones. However, Jones's own perspective remains clear. He believes that his combination of speed, power, and ring intelligence would have given him the edge in a fight with Mayweather.
Yeah, I heard. I heard all about it. I saw Roy Jones call out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses. I saw it. And you guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, you know, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love, his son, his family. Look, Tim T has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times. But I'm going with Floyd on this one, man.
For now, fans can only imagine how the fight would have gone, but one thing is certain, the debate will continue, fueled by the passionate opinions of those who witnessed both men in their prime. And with icons like Pacquiao and Lopez throwing their own takes into the mix, it's clear that the Mayweather vs. Jones rivalry will live on for years to come.